Hello and welcome to the Calmcast, a time to feel calm and think clearly. I'm Claire Downham, the Queen of Calm, a transformational life coach. I was a burnt out head teacher who finally made the journey to calm after years of trying, and I want to prevent you from having to do the same. The Calmcast is a series of short explorations, gently guiding you back to your natural state, which is calm and clarity. Just listen like you would listen to music, with an open mind and curiosity. There's nothing else to do. Now let's relax into today's episode. So today we're exploring mind or moment. And when I say mind, I kind of mean this space here, not the universal mind that I sometimes talk about when I'm talking about the universe or God or the energy of life. It's not that. It's this space between our ears, our thinking, really. And I guess that is pretty much the choice or the two places we can be psychologically as human beings. Like, it looks like there's so much choice, doesn't there, about where we might be psychologically, but actually there's two places, either in here, caught up in our thinking, in the mind, or in the moment. Okay, that's it for today. No, I'm only joking. Now, there's a lovely quote by Eckhart Tolle that basically says this. It says, well, really the moment that you notice you're not in the moment, when you start to notice there is thinking that is not of this moment, you naturally fall back into the present moment. But I suppose what might be interesting here is to explore what kind of thinking that might be. What is not in the moment thinking? Or maybe let's start with what is in the moment thinking. I guess it's being, for me, it's being fully absorbed in what's happening now. Whether that is watching a movie, going for a walk, doing this live now. And it's interesting, actually, because there are things happening around me at the moment, and I am occasionally being distracted by them, but there are things that are happening now. So I guess I'm still in the present moment. I guess for me also that when I'm in the present moment, there is a flow to life. There's just these microscopic steps. The next thing and the next thing and the next thing. There's a sort of unfolding, really. I love the word unfolding. It's just sort of coming to life bit by bit. And there's a sense that there's only what to do. There's only to do what there is to do right now. So even if I'm in the moment and I'm absorbed in something I'm doing for my business, some task, some web page building, or all sorts of things that I might do, even my bookkeeping. Believe it or not, it's possible to be in the moment with your bookkeeping and not just be wishing it out of the way. I'm sure I wish it out of the way quite a lot, actually. But whatever we're doing, it's just being with that thing we're doing now, not anywhere else in our heads. And it's such an amazing space to be in. And I think you know when you're there, because it's got a nice feeling to it. It's that feeling that even when you're busy doing lots, that it's okay, it's just happening, you're just doing it, it's all unfolding. Now, the opposite of that, let's start from doing a task in your work or in your business or whatever. Let's notice that. Let's think about that when we are in a task, but we are off here somewhere on a different task, the next task. It's sometimes, if something's on our mind that we need to get done and we're doing something else, there will be that tap on the shoulder. It feels like a tap on the shoulder to me of something saying, no, you are supposed to be doing something else now. Or, oh, after you finish this, there's 20 more other things to do. That's thinking about the future, isn't it? That's in our heads, that's in mind, not in moment. And I guess we're flowing beautifully now that the future is any thinking that's in the future is not in the moment. And I think for all of us, so if you are somebody who struggles with a lot of anxious thinking, that's one of your pathways. Like I kind of started calling them pathways of thinking, because we're thinking 85% of what we thought yesterday, today. So the pathways that we go on as individuals, I have a judgmental pathway, a ranting pathway, a why can't people behave like Claire pathway. I am aware of this pathway I have. It takes me out of the moment, lock, stock and barrel. It really does. If you have a lot of anxious thinking, you've got a future thinking pathway. And actually, there's nothing to do about that. But as you become more aware of it, there is a natural inclination to not go into it, because that's the thing about not being in the moment. A lot of the time, a huge percentage of the time, it feels off. It feels uncomfortable. No matter what kind of thinking that we are in, that is not of this moment. It's going to feel off. And I was just thinking, actually, as I was saying that, this came to mind that for me, that when I'm getting caught up, usually about somebody else's behaviour, there's one particular person whose behaviour I find quite flummoxing, and when I start to rant about her, then there's things that I do to kind of pull myself, and sometimes, or if it's me or my other half, sometimes it's him, sometimes it's me ranting about this particular person. It will just be to say, oh, isn't it a lovely day? Look, isn't the sky blue? Oh, isn't that a pretty cloud over there? Oh, look at the scenery. We'll kind of pull each other back into the present, jokingly at first, but actually it does. When I notice he's going there, or I notice I'm going there, or he notices I'm going there, or whatever, we just will do something like that and just go, oh, look at the beautiful scenery. And in that way, kind of bring ourselves back into the present moment with a bang, really. A nice bang, not an unpleasant bang. And that's possible for all of us. And that's just one of my little things that I do. Your things will be different. And all it takes is the awareness that you are in your head, not in the moment. When you become aware you're in your head, and you become aware that icky feeling is creating that, it's the thinking that's creating that horrible feeling, it will begin to make less and less sense to go there. Less and less sense. It's all created via thought. And when you realize it tends to mean that you are not as likely to abuse yourself, to beat yourself up with your thinking, to do things that don't feel good. It just does make less and less sense. Less and less sense. So, mind or moment, I know which one I prefer to be in, and I think all of us prefer to be in the moment. It's just we don't always know that we're not. And as we begin to know more and more that we're not, then that space opens up to us more and more. It's a wonderful space to get curious. Thank you so much for listening. There's nothing to do now but bring some awareness to how this is working out in your life. Listen regularly to experience longer and longer periods of calm. This has been the Calmcast with Claire Downham, Queen of Calm. Take care and keep listening.